Hey, ladies, this is Dr. V. Um, welcome to the Art of Self-Healing. Today, we're going to discuss 5 ways that busy brown-eyed women just like you find the time to heal and to heal fully and to heal naturally. All right, so without further ado, I want to make sure that you are in the right place. This masterclass is for any ultra busy woman with brown eyes who's an executive, a business owner, engineer, healthcare professional, educator, legislator, or any professional leader who is super passionate about her health, who needs more balance, more energy, and more clarity to do life and to do her work better, who's ready to start taking care of herself as well as she takes care of others, and who wants to defy her age and move into this next phase of life in power, in passion, and in joy. If any of that sounds like you, then I can tell you this is for you. Now, 5 minutes. And in that 45 minutes, I'm going to give you the key to supercharging your self healing routine so that your work does not suck the life out of you and you finally have room for some fun, friends, and love, right? Our proven method to getting deep, refreshing sleep and waking up energetic, clear, and full of life. The roadmap to avoiding the chronic illnesses that have shown up in your family for generations and helping you, you know, help your lead your family through how to blast the brain fog and the poor concentration so that you can do your work with greater joy. Our step-by-step strategy to finding the root cause of any hard to heal symptom like exhaustion, brain fog, anxiety, low libido, overwhelm, that anything that you are dealing with right now so that you can heal yourself from the inside out, even if you or your doctors cannot figure it out. The secret to feeling like yourself again, even with all of your obligations, your commitments and responsibilities. Self healing time so that you don't have to feel guilty and you do not have to feel selfish. How to balance your mood so that you don't have to withdraw or hold yourself back from the people that you love. And how to do all of that without medications, without band aid solutions, or using time that you do not have. Now, here's my promise to you. I'm going to give you the exact tools that you need to take your health to the next level so that you can build your legacy, become a more effective leader, inspire your family, and enjoy yourself every step of the way. Even if you're doing all of the right things, even if you don't have the discipline, and even if you don't have the time. Now, there are some house rules. I want you to already be on your health journey. I want you to be caught up on your medical care and compliant with your medical care. This is for you if you have symptoms or diagnosis, even with all of that, that you cannot get over a wall and you want to heal naturally. I want you to have great work ethic, right? Because that's what it's going to take. And be very, very fully committed to fixing this problem right now. Now, I want to just kind of check in with you and just see exactly where you are. Do you feel burned out, more exhausted than usual, or like you're living your life in a fog? Is it taking you longer to get going in the morning, settle down at night, or even turn your mind off? No matter how tired you are, is it hard for you to catch up on your rest? When you look in the mirror, do you wonder where that sexy, fun, attractive, youthful woman went? Are you feeling helpless because your body is changing and you don't know what to do and it's not responding like it used to? Do you feel overwhelmed because on top of everything else that you've got to deal with, you've now got to figure out what's going on with your body because your doctor doesn't have the answers? Are you spending your weekends either recovering from your week or pushing through more obligations instead of enjoying the fruits of your labor? Are you so busy taking care of everyone else that you don't even remember what it feels like to feel good and you don't even know what makes you happy anymore? Are you feeling like nobody gets you or how exhausting it can be just being you? And day after day, do you put on the face and act like you're fine when deep down you are feeling like something is wrong? Are you spending hours obsessing and researching and trying new things without getting the results that you want? Are you making, is all of this making you more anxious and more exhausted? Are you procrastinating on things that could make you great? Are you starting to snap out on loved ones and then feeling guilty about it? Is sex feeling like a chore and you're wondering how long your lover will put up with it? Are you scared that that one day you may hear a horrible diagnosis that you could have avoided? Do you wonder who will take care of things if you get sick because you are the breadwinner and you're the one that keeps all of the balls in the air? And are you afraid that if you don't figure this out, that you will be stuck feeling like this for the rest of your life instead of living the life that you have always imagined and that you've worked so hard for? Now, I can tell you that, if any of this sounds like you, then I can assure you that none of it is a real problem, right? That the real problem is that you have not made the shifts. And I'm going to tell you about what those are in just a few minutes. But what I want you to know right now is that once you make the shifts, you're going to wake up every single morning well rested, energetic, vibrant, and ready to take on your day. You're going to walk into your kitchen pharmacy with a feeling of deep gratitude and peace and joy because you're finally taking care of yourself the way that you deserve, and everyone around you will be able to see it. You'll feel strong and your insides will start to match your outsides, and you won't have to fake it anymore. When you look in the mirror, you'll see that beautiful, energetic, healthy woman you've been looking for. When you walk into any room, you'll be glowing and confident, and you'll feel joy in that. You'll handle stress with ease and flow. You'll feel as good as you look and look as good as you feel. Your body and your mind will be working with you instead of against you. When people need you, you'll be right there, energized and ready to help. When you get home from work, you'll be ready to live your amazing life or have mind-blowing sex or go out with your girlfriends or plan your next trip or get on a plane and fly somewhere or start your next business venture. And you'll inspire and lead everyone around you through your own self-healing because they will now see the real you. Now, I hope that sounds great to you. And so, right now, I just want to tell you who I am, right? And kind of introduce myself. My name is Dr. Keely Verrett. I am the self-healing coach for busy women with brown eyes. I help them regain control of their health, get off medications, heal very, very deeply, and find their joy. I've been in clinical practice for over 20 years as an eye doctor, an iridologist, a natural healer, and I use the eye as a map of the body. I teach busy professional women exactly what they need to do to beat long-standing symptoms of exhaustion and brain fog and anxiety and pain, anything that's holding them back from living their best lives, no matter how busy they are. Now, look, my clients have amazing goals, right? Both in their personal and professional lives. They are just some real, real amazing women. And what I do is I help them blast symptoms that they have been pushing through for many years. And I give them the exact recipe that they need in order to move to their own next best level of health. So that they can stop wasting time, they can avoid chronic illness, they can get back to really, really living their amazing lives in record time. Now, I started my own self-healing journey with a super busy practice, really, really good on paper. I had a husband and we were just moving and shaking. But I remember when my energy dropped out on me. I remember that day. I remember when the fog came over me. I remember feeling so anxious and overwhelmed. And what happened in that is that I just felt like I was watching myself moving. I just could not enjoy my life, even though my life was great. Later, I found out that I had, that I was diagnosed with hypothyroid and infertility, as a matter of fact. And I didn't want any medications. They were talking to me about anxiety medications and thyroid medications and procedures for my infertility and all of these things. And I did not want to do that. The problem was that, my doctors understood that and they wanted to give me time and space to figure things out. but I felt very, very alone, right? They could not help me or tell me what I needed to do to what foods I needed to eat or anything other than decrease my stress level and try to eat right. So that was my advice. And so I knew that it was going to take more than that to really heal these, these diagnoses that I had. So I went on this long journey to help myself and to heal myself. And I did. I have a 9-year-old daughter. I don't take any medications. My thyroid is healed. And so what I did is I started implementing and using these things that I learned in my own journey in my practice. And I saw women really, really transform their health at a very deep level. And so that is where my current work was born. And I've broken all of that down. My last like 20 years of work, I've broken all of that down into 5 shifts. And that is what we're going to discuss in this session is everything that I learned and really help you. If you're in that same place of frustration and feeling alone and unsupported, then I want to help you move past those things so that you can start living your best life. Now, shift number 1 is helping you to create your legacy of generational health. And I'll tell you exactly what I'm talking about. Most of you are working really, really hard trying to create wealth and trying to create significance and a name for yourself and for your family, for your community, however you're choosing to do that. But a lot of you are stuck in a cycle of exhaustion, brain fog, pain, or anxiety. And if you are there, then you could be actually risking everything that you're working for. And I get it, right? Most of us were not taught to we're not taught how to heal ourselves. We were taught to keep our heads down, grind it out, keep it moving, keep a smile on your face without really, really knowing how to take care of yourself at the same time. And that's what gets us in this cycle of self-neglect. I've been there. It gets us in a cycle of overwhelm and burnout. And we don't truly have a roadmap to turn it around. And so that is what we're talking about, is the roadmap. And whenever I think about this, I think about one of the women that I admire a lot, and that's Madam C.J. Walker. She was actually the first self-made female millionaire in the United States. And she had one daughter who was the dream daughter, right? She was at her side. She was helping her build her business. She was expanding her business, taking it to, New York City and all of these beautiful things. But Madam C.J. Walker died at the age of 51 from a cerebral hemorrhage that was a result of malignant hypertension and kidney failure. And what's interesting about this, and what's really sad about it, is that her daughter, at the age of 46, died from the same exact condition, right? Even earlier than her mom died. Now, no doubt, Madam C.J. Walker did some wonderful things, right? For women, for women of color. Her activism was amazing. Her business that she built was amazing. She made millions and millions of dollars, of course. And she really had this viable business and a viable legacy. But what was her health legacy? In my mind, her legacy was self-neglect, hypertension, cerebral hemorrhage, and kidney failure. That's what she left her daughter. Now, what if she knew how to take care of herself, right? What if she knew how to take care of herself and build this business and make her millions? And what if she taught her daughter to do the same thing? What if they both lived 40 years more, 40 years longer? I wonder what they could have done. So my question to you is, what do you want your health legacy to be? Because that's why we're here. What if you could have more energy, more clarity, and more joy right now? What if you could completely solve your health issues that you've been banging your head against for some time? What if you could solve those things right now? What if you could stop stressing about your health and use that time to do all of the things that you've been procrastinating on? What would you do? Who would you help? How would your family benefit? And how much more impact could you have in your career, your community, or your family, right? If you had longevity, vitality, energy, clarity, and joy right now for the next 40 years. So here's what I want you to get. that by taking this time right now and really, helping yourself first, you can actually lead your family, your tribe, or your community from a place of true health, true clarity, and true joy. And then make the impact that you want to make. Now, you're going to meet a lot of women on this masterclass, and they are extraordinary. They have extraordinary work ethic. They're doing awesome things in their lives. But what they all have in common is that they want their health to be extraordinary too. And they understand that in order to go where they're trying to go, that they have to build a foundation of health. And that is what we're talking about. So you have the power right now to really create your legacy of generational wealth, and also at the same time transform your generational health. And that is so much power. All right. So shift number 2, getting down to it. Your doctor's job is to fix your symptoms. Only you can heal the root cause. And this is a huge shift. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about what I call gateway symptoms, right? And gateway symptoms are any symptom that, gateway symptoms are where all chronic diseases are born. Just to give you an idea of what gateway symptoms are, they are exhaustion, insomnia, headaches, brain fog, anxiety, pain, allergies, bloating, weight gain, night sweats. All of those things, right, are signs of a deeper imbalance. And if you're having any of those, you understand that they steal your life force. They usually cannot be treated medically. And so a lot of women get very, very frustrated when they can't figure it out for themselves, and their doctor can't figure it out either. They are the beginning of a very vicious cycle. And we're going to talk about that in a second. But what I really want you to know is that when you are having these gateway symptoms, that it is almost impossible for your body to heal. Okay. So that's where you get in the cycle of no matter what you do, nothing is working. All right. So here's the cycle. Here's how it goes every single time. Every time you have the gateway symptom, just say you have some exhaustion, right? And then you get more severe symptoms. Just say you can't sleep, or you start having anxiety, or you start having weight gain, right? Then what most women do is they start self-medicating, they start seeing some doctors, they start doing research. Nothing quite is shown up that can be medicated, but they're further in the cycle. And then all of a sudden, one day they have a chronic illness. Just say if they have hypertension or diabetes or fibroids or something that needs to either be treated with medications or have surgery. So now the gateway symptom has not been treated yet, right? They're still tired. They're still in anxiety. They still can't sleep, but now they're on some medications or they've had surgery. And so what happens then, because the gateway symptom has not been treated, they go to the doctor and they get another diagnosis, right? And we've all seen this happen. Some of you, it's happened to you. But when the next diagnosis comes, there's more, what comes with it? More treatments, more medications, and you're just moving in this vicious cycle. And, most women don't know what to do. They don't know how to heal themselves. They're trying very hard, but no matter what they do, they cannot get the results that they want. And they just move further and further and further into the cycle, right? And what I want to ask you is, where are you in the cycle? Okay. Are you experiencing several gateway symptoms at this time? Have you been tired for years? Have you been experiencing brain fog for years and you've not been able to figure it out? Are you self-medicating and spending your time researching and trying new things? Have you been diagnosed with a chronic illness like hypertension or fibroids or thyroid imbalance? Any of those things? Have you been prescribed medications? Are you still not looking and feeling like yourself? Are you frustrated? Are you overwhelmed? Is this thing kind of taking over your life? Are you on more than one medication, or do you have more than one diagnosis? And are you still searching for answers? So I'm going to go right back here just to kind of let you see the cycle, right? Gateway symptoms, chronic illness, treatment medications, side effects, Another diagnosis, more treatments, more medications. Okay. So what I want you to know is that, you can, in order to heal your gateway symptoms, you have to find the root cause. You have to know where the imbalance is in your body. If not, those gateway symptoms will turn into chronic illness, particularly for brown eyed women, because of our strength and because of our ability to really withhold and withstand a lot of symptoms for a very, very long time. And so that is what I want you to get from there. Um, Aranya is a beautiful, beautiful example of this, and how this cycle works. Her gateway symptoms were, she's an astronautical engineer, right? So her job was to do all of these crazy calculations and formulas and equations at work. And she was suffering from severe brain fog, fatigue, exhaustion, and she was pushing through this stuff, um, both at home and at work. She was staying later at work, trying to figure stuff out. She just could not perform at her peak level. And so both her work and her relationships were suffering because of her gateway symptoms, which is what gateway symptoms do. So she moved into the cycle, right? And eventually, while she's pushing through and trying to figure it out and trying to eat right and do all of the things that people say do, she was diagnosed with seizures, and some autoimmune diseases as well. Now, before she knew it, she had had some surgeries, multiple medications, and she still was super exhausted, and she never ever dealt with the brain fog or the fatigue. Now, when she came to me, we looked at her eye pictures, we found her root cause. Okay. We went back to the brain fog and just, found out how her body worked and where the imbalances were. And then we used a system to help her fix it inside of her busy day. And what she found is within like 6 short weeks, her energy level increased, her concentration increased, and she noticed instant results at work with her children and with her husband. Now, she worked with her doctors, and this is really important. She worked with her doctors to get off of her medications because of the work that she was doing herself in her own life and using the system that we taught her. She was able to work with her doctors to get off of her medications. And to this day, she has no diagnosis. So that is the power of really understanding your body, understanding where the imbalances are, and knowing exactly what to do to fix it. So now she knows what to do. And she has now started this dream business with her husband, this consulting business where she can work from home, work with her husband, spend more time with her kids, travel all over the world, raise her beautiful girls. And this is the power of self-healing. And I've got to tell you that no medication can touch that kind of secret sauce, right? So here's how you can find your root cause. When you get down to the deeper underlying causes of your symptoms, then you heal very quickly, just like we talked about with Aranya. You can reverse the cycle. You can be more productive. You can stay off medications. And it is root cause based healing. It's really the answer that can truly change your life in so many ways. Now, if you get this right, you can stop the cycle and heal these life-sucking symptoms fully. You can restore your energy, your life force, and finally get the results that you've been looking for. Your body starts working for you instead of working against you. You can get back in control before you get a scary diagnosis or have to use medications. You can decrease the side effects of any of your current medications, and then you can get off of them with your doctor's help. Now, if you get this wrong, you can continue to bang your head, spending your precious time researching and working with symptoms instead of your real solution, while your body gets weaker and weaker. Now, if you progress to medications, they will be treating symptom after symptom, medication after medication. And we've all seen this happen, never really dealing with the source or the root cause, making your body weaker and moving you further into a vicious cycle that you do not want to be in. And you may never figure it out, leaving your future self at risk for sickness and unfulfilled dreams. Now that we know the importance of finding the root cause, and now that we know that we are trying to create this legacy of generational health, I want to talk about my favorite subject, which is the eyes, right? Your brown eyes hold the answers that you have been searching for. Now, the eyes are a wealth of information and have been used for centuries before modern medicine to figure out um, root cause and figure out imbalances and really help people figure out what's going on with their bodies. And in a lot of places, it is still used today. Now, each eye color has certain tendencies. I'm here to talk about brown eyes, so we'll discuss that. People with brown eyes have the ability to withstand symptoms for a very long time, making them at risk for chronic illness brewing beneath the surface, right? So all of the time when you're kind of stuck in these gateway symptoms, there's some chronic stuff going on that's just ping ponging inside of your body. And that when you see that, those are those women that you say like, oh my God, she was perfectly healthy. What happened? Why did she have a heart attack? She just fell out. We all have seen that happen where women who look perfectly strong, perfectly healthy, doing all the right things, they die. And this is the reason why. This is also the reason why we have such health disparities, right? With brown eyed women, because we don't necessarily look sick. We do not look sick, rarely. And if we look sick, we're so far down the cycle, right? And so doctors may not always, like, people may not always believe or get how exhausted we are or how foggy we are or how much we need help, because we tend to be silent sufferers. And also, we tend to put our tribe and our family and our community first. Okay. Now, here's a picture of 9 different eyeballs. And what I want you to see, I know that they're not all brown, but what I want you to understand is that, first of all, that a brown eye is just a pigmented, just a lot of pigment over a blue eye, right? And so all of these signs and all of these differences really mean something. And our bodies are as different as each one of these eyeballs, right? No one has the same body, nobody has the same eyes, and nobody has the same solution to heal themselves. Now, your body is different than anyone else's. Um, they can help you understand exactly how your body works so that you can stop guessing and trying cookie cutter band-aid solutions and things that don't work. You can know exactly how your body works and then stop comparing yourselves to others. You can know what you have inherited from your family and how to heal it. You can know what to prioritize so that you can get results fast instead of wasting years and years trying to figure it out again while your body gets weaker. Now, Julia is a very, very good example of this because when she came to me, she's an executive. Um, she had been having night sweats for 15 years. Okay, 15 years. Now, she'd had some trouble with fibroids. She had the surgery for fibroids, but no matter what she did, no matter what she did, she could not get rid of these night sweats. And these night sweats were horrible, like wash your sheets every day night sweats. And so Julia, for her, what she had at stake was, she's married, she's sweating through the night, she can't really have comfortable sex with her husband. She was really getting stressed out and anxious about it. She had already went plant-based long time. She was vegan. And so she was doing everything she knew to do, but no matter what, she could not get rid of these night sweats. And so after about 6 weeks, her night sweats were completely gone. Once we just figured out how her body worked, why the night sweats were there, and then gave her the recipe to really work through it in her everyday life, she was able to walk herself through 15 years of symptoms within 6 weeks. Now, this type of root cause healing is especially powerful, and your eyes are especially powerful when you feel like there's something wrong, but all of your medical tests are negative. When you have a diagnosis that your doctors admit that there's no cure for, or there's no treatment for, or that treating the symptoms is the only answer. Or when you're doing all of the right things, but you can't get over the wall or having more and more gateway symptoms, just like, we talked about with Julia. Now, if you get this right, you can get back to looking and feeling like yourself immediately. You can stop wasting time and get back in control of the way that you look and feel. You can know exactly what you need to do to heal, even when your medical team can't figure it out. You can stop wasting time and money on things that are not working, And you can avoid chronic illnesses that are stealing your time, stealing your life, stealing your dream. Make sense? Cool. Now, if you get this wrong, you can continue researching and treating symptoms, getting frustrated and missing the mark. And day by day, you could be moving further into the cycle, closer to chronic illness, more medications, and harder. It just gets harder and harder to heal naturally. You may be faced with some real tough decisions about your health that you could have avoided. Now, here's a quick recap. I know we've covered a lot. What we talked about so far is that you can transform your legacy of generational health so that you can have greater longevity and impact. You can find the root cause of your gateway symptoms and move out of your vicious cycle instead of further and further into it. And that you can use your eyes as a map of your body to get the answers that you have been desperately searching for. All right. So moving on to our next shift. Perfect. Use the secret weapon. Now, look, once you know your body, now you need to start strategizing to walk yourself out of the cycle that you're in. You want to know exactly what to do, how to do it, and in what order. And then you want to do that inside of your workday. That's a huge, huge challenge for a very busy, ambitious, results oriented woman like yourself, right? So I use a healing system. And so many women get so tied up, and go years and years without taking care of themselves. They lose motivation and they just simply don't have the time. They try to heal hard symptoms with cookie cutter ways, extreme diets, vitamins, and hard workouts. They find it really hard to be consistent and end up with diagnoses and medications and medical treatments that they really want to avoid. Now, your system, right? If you're going to really accomplish this feat, your system has to be fun. It has to be efficient and results oriented. You have to want to do it every day, no matter how busy you are, right? You've got to really kind of crave your system. It has to fit seamlessly into your workday, and it has to instantly give you more energy and clarity so that you can do your work better, so that you can get home energized, and it has to save you time. Does that make sense? Now, Tamara is a great example of this because she's a fitness professional. She's a Zumba coach, totally ate great, working out all of the time, but she was stuck in a pain level of 8 and she could not sleep for years and years and years. And what was at stake for her was her joy and love of Zumba, and her joy and love of helping women, and her joy and love of working out. And so we had to go in pretty deep and figure out what in the world was going on with her body. And again, we used her eyes to really uncover the root cause and understand how her body worked. And the next thing that we had to do was look at those deeper causes and really pull a system in her life that she could do, that she loved to do, that was way different and much more pointed than what she had already been doing. And so she is just the type of case that I love, love, love to work through, because she took everything that I asked her to do and she did it 1000%. And because of that, she took her pain level from a pain level of 8 down to no pain. And she is now sleeping like a baby. And she's been able to sustain that. And so she just makes me so, so proud with the way that she worked through her system. And I want to talk to you for a few minutes about just creating your system, right? So when we're looking at a woman, right? A woman like Tamara, who is already doing all of the right things, right? And she comes and she says, look, I got these symptoms that I have not been able to fix. I've been dealing with them for like 10 years and I need to fix them because they're about to ruin my life. So I have to look at her physical energy, right? What is she eating? How is she moving? You know, what are her thoughts, her mindset? Where are the deeper emotional blocks that could be contributing to her symptoms? What about her social and her sexual energy? You know, what about her spiritual connection and her higher self? And so we take all of these things and we look at those things according to her root cause. And that is how we develop her system, right? Now, just kind of give you a little insight of how we go about doing the system. I take a woman who is exhausted, stressed out, and anxious and move her, use a system to move her to being energetic, looking and feeling like herself. And the way that looks for her is that she becomes more confident, her life force increases, she becomes vibrant and strong, right? Then we look at her energy. And this is all, again, just developing her system that we can put into her life that she can use every day. So we take a person who is foggy and exhausted, and we move her into having clear thoughts, clear concentration, a calm, active mind. Um, and the way that that looks is she performs better at work, in her life, in her family. She attracts opportunities. She has more time now for fun, just like we talked about with Aranya. Now, emotional wellness, how that comes in is taking you from being anxious and depressed or cranky and really giving you a system that brings you to being calm, at peace, joyful. And the way that that looks is you start to enjoy your life, this life that you've been working towards. You're in control now. You feel confident. You're present to the beauty of your life that your life has, right? And you get very, very restful sleep. And looking at your sexual and social well-being, we take you from being withdrawn, rigid, distracted, to being sexually charged and created, excited about life, socially active, creative. um, and that looks like great relationships, being supported, being able to lead your tribe, feeling fulfilled. And then, of course, your spiritual energy, taking you from being feeling alone or worried or stressed out about your health, moving in scarcity, to actually feeling connected and grounded and supported and loved and abundant. And how that looks is that you get into balance, into alignment. All of your body, your thoughts, your mind, your emotions are all moving in the same place at the same time to get you where you want to go. And that brings you peace. Okay. And so I call my system, it's called the PMS system, right? Physical, mental, emotional, sexual, social, and spiritual health. And we take all of that and we move it into a system in your life that fits seamlessly into your day. Okay. Now, Nikki is a person who suffered with anxiety for over 10 years. She had no joy in her life. And she had tried every single medication and nothing was working. And what was at stake for her was her construction business. And literally, she felt like if she could not get out of anxiety, that she was going to lose this business. And this was a viable, money making business. And so we took, again, getting this powerhouse and moving her into a place of joy was a joy for me, helping her feel in control of her body and her mind and her spirit, and helping her move into a place where she's able to become the boss that she really is. And we did this in 9 weeks. And Nikki right now today has not been on any medications. She is killing it out there, and her business is proof of that. Okay. So again, we're talking about a multidimensional system. Both Nikki and Tamara were able to heal these long-standing serious symptoms that were blocking their career, their lifestyle, their joy, and they could not figure it out with food and exercise. They both healed all of these symptoms so that they could expand their businesses and really do what they love. And now they have a beautiful routine that they have sustained and that they can use for the rest of their lives. Now, if you get this right, your self-healing is individualized, it's deep, it's efficient, it's sustainable, it's fun. It's based on your root cause and you letting go of anything that's blocking you, and you can use the strategy to get back to your life. It is efficient. So by the end of your day, your 75% of your self-healing work is done. And then you can get busy doing the rest of the things in your life. With your self-healing routine, you can upgrade every single part of your health in a way that your doctors cannot touch, that affects your entire life and your legacy. If you get this wrong, you can continue moving further and further into the cycle and making natural healing just much more difficult than it has to be, and moving closer and closer to chronic illness. You can keep stacking up books and research and gadgets and diets that do not give you lasting results, do not give you joy, and do not give you peace. Bottom line is people need you, whether it's in your community, your family, your business. People need you, and every day you stay stuck, someone out there needs you. And what's at stake is your life, your joy, and your future. Now, there is an old way of doing things, and that's Googling your symptoms and trying to fix it in between your busy schedule, or thinking that everyone needs the same thing, or suffering in silence and pushing through and putting yourself last, or telling everyone else what to do without actually figuring it out for yourself, or thinking that self-healing has to deprive yourself instead of creating your legacy. Depending on your doctor to heal you without actually knowing what you can do for yourself so that you can shock your doctors and shock your medical team, because that's what they want. They want you to be healthy. The old way is, thinking that self-neglect for the sake of your work and family is the way to go. And what we have figured out right now is that it is not. And thinking that disease runs in your family and that you have no control of it. All of those are old. That's the old way of thinking. And the new way is more like knowing your body and getting laser focused on your handful of things that you need to heal. Putting yourself first so that you can be stronger for the ones that depend on you. Defying your DNA, defying your age, your hormones, your family health history by healing from the source inside of your daily routine. Raising your hand and getting expert support so that you can heal quickly and more permanently. Leveraging your time and your health to build your wealth and your legacy. Awesome sauce. Now, the next shift is really invest in mentoring. This is huge, right? Because support and accountability are the secret ingredients that will take anyone to their next best anything. And it can take you to your next best level of health, right? Anyone who is successful has support and accountability and mentors. It takes a lot of strength and a lot of courage for a powerful woman to say, look, what I've been doing is not working like I want it to, and I could use some help. Or that everyone thinks I have it all together, but I really want to be my best. That takes strength and courage to say that. But who would LeBron James be, right? Without great coaches or advocates or mentors. Now, many of you are already mentors or coach or advocates for someone, and you understand the value of getting help in areas that you want to excel. I myself, I always have a coach. I always have a mentor because of that, I'm able to show up for you right here, living my dream life and supporting the women that I want to support just like you. It is so important that you recognize the power that you have when you're energetic, when you're clear, when you're focused. You can move mountains. You are a fine machine, right? You are comparable to a Maserati. And if something is wrong with your Maserati, I'm sure you would not try to fix it yourself, right? You would take it to the expert. Or if you have a roof leak, right? Are you going to get up there and try to fix it yourself? Or are you going to call the person that you need to call before you get flooded out? Yeah. Now, most busy women, professional women like yourself, are time poor, right? So efficiency is the key. And when it comes to your health, time is not on your side. Most women understand what their time and energy are worth, and they understand the huge return on their investment if they can just save time and get the energy that they need. Most of you have been dealing with these symptoms for 5 or 10 years. What could you accomplish in the next 5 or 10 years if you had the energy, the focus, the joy, and the peace that you're looking for? That is exactly what staying stuck is costing you. Got it? Your legacy depends on it. Now, if you get this right, you can leverage your health and time to reach your next best level of success, whether that's in travel or love or new business venture, promotion, book, activism. You can do that stuff right now. You can really inspire the people that you want to. You can blast blocks that have been holding you back for years and avoid chronic illness and get down with living your life in power. But if you don't, you can continue going at it alone, trying to be everything for everyone while your body continues to age and get weaker. Every day you stay stuck, someone out there needs you. You really do risk chronic illness that you could very well have avoided. And you could spend the next 5 or 10 years of your life still trying to figure it out and missing out on the most important moments of your life. Now, today, I promise that to give you your roadmap to creating your legacy for generational health, a step-by-step strategy to build your healing system and heal from the source, the blueprint to heal your foggy brain, concentrate better, and start accomplishing your goals you have been putting off and feeling so guilty about. I promise to give you the roadmap to define your genetics, shocking your doctors, and transforming your health history. A simple format to create your self-healing lifestyle that's easy, fun, and adaptable to even the most challenging schedules. The recipe to move into this next phase of your life with purpose, passion, and power. Now, here's all you need to win. Create your legacy of generational health. Work from the source, not from the symptoms. Use your brown eyes to find your imbalances. Use the secret weapon to transform your deepest imbalances to vitality. Invest in mentoring to reach your goals deeply and quickly. That's all you need to win. So now you have a choice. You can keep trying to heal yourself, banging your head on top of all of your obligations and commitments. You can keep wasting valuable healing time, working on symptom-based format, and moving further into a cycle that ends up in chronic illness. And most importantly, having lesser impact and fail legacy. That's path B, path A. Or you can take control of your health right now and start feeling and looking really good again, right? Leveraging your health to create a life of fulfillment and joy and get out there and inspire everyone around you. But this is your choice, okay? Now, here's how I can help. If you want more energy, clarity, and joy so that you can go further and seal your legacy, then I invite you to speak with us today. And this call is absolutely free. Now, how you claim your spot is that you're going to go to www.drverrett.com/apply. And when you go there, you're going to find a slot that fits your schedule, block out the hour on your calendar, and just pull a pen and paper out and get relaxed. We will call you at the time that you choose, right? Now, here's what we're going to cover on the call. Your 3 main symptoms from an entirely different perspective. We're going to dive into the source of your symptoms. We're going to give you a concrete plan that you can start working on immediately. Now, here's why I'm doing this. I know that you're out there looking for answers. I know that you're amazing, that you're strong, that you're confident, and that it may not be easy to ask for help. I know that people need you and that every day you stay stuck, someone else is suffering. I know that it's so tough trying to figure all of this out on your own. I have been there. And I know that you will be 100% more successful reaching your goals when you have someone to talk with that understands your goals, your frustration, and what is truly at stake. Now, again, all you have to do is go to drverrett.com/apply. That's DRV as in victory, ERRETT.com/apply. I can tell you that these slots book very, very fast. So if you want to spend an hour strategizing about your health and wellness, just go ahead and book it now. If you can get in, I will tell you, ladies, that this will be the best hour that you've ever spent talking about your health and your goals. And even if you have to take an hour off from work, aren't you worth it? All right, that's our time for the day. Thank you so, so much. Sending much love and blessings and light to you as you move through your day. And I look forward to talking with you on the phone. Blessings to you. Bye.